Good evening, everyone. Get all snuggly and comfy and cozy, everybody. We're gonna be taking off. This runway is pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really like the mountain here. This plane seems really quite heavy and bulky. I think we're gonna be able to clear this mountain. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be hard. Are we gonna make it? Oh my goodness. I don't know. It doesn't feel like we're climbing in altitude. It's so slow. Must just because it's a really big plane. Wow. I know. Well, we're trying, right? We're trying to get up off the ground. This is a plane also part of the free DLC for this airplane flight simulator on the Nintendo Switch. We gotta get turned around here. We gotta get headed in the right course. We are flying to New York City from Antarctica. Okay, well, I'm trying to reach it. Is there anything that I can do to reach it any faster? I'm really trying. And I'm getting very off course. And I'm about to get too high in altitude. This game is really mad at me for not being at the right altitude. Another? Losing more points? Wow. So how's everybody's day going? How's your night going? Hope it just gets better from here. Wait, those are some big mountains out there. We all snuggled in and relaxed and ready for a good night's sleep, or a relaxing little nap, or productive study session, whatever you're doing. I'm just out here in lonely, vast, cold Antarctica, wondering if there's anyone else left in the world. Is anyone out there?
Roger, where do you enter the ramp? Delta Alpha. Thank you, right, Bravo, and monitor ground point 9, have a good day. Right, Bravo, ground point 9, report.
So I just had a topic in mind that just popped into this crazy head of mine, which is, if you could go back and live through any time period, what would it be? Or would you do it? Or would you like to live in the future? Would you want to go back to, say, the 1990s, the early part of the 1990s? Would you like to re-experience, or maybe experience for the first time, all the great grunge bands, explosion of alternative rock, all the exciting things that were going on in hip-hop, rap? Watch some sports.
Tower flagship 3479, ILS 4 right.
Maybe you'd like to go back to the 1980s. Maybe you'd like to go back and maybe you'd like to buy an NES. Play all those games. Maybe you'd like to go to a live concert of your favorite 80s band. Experience all the excitement that surrounded things like the fall of the Iron Curtain. Maybe there's movies you would love to have seen on the big screen when they first came out in the theaters. The Star Wars trilogy. Maybe you would try to go see a live shuttle launch. Maybe you'd like to hang out for a day at the mall. And then there's the 1970s. Does that appeal to you? There's a lot of not too happy things happened in the 1970s. There were some financial hard times. There was the Vietnam War still going on. Some people love the music of the 1970s. Would you go for a ride in a muscle car? So what do you think? Do you find anything appealing about the 1980s, the 1990s, the 1970s? What about the 60s? Would you go to Woodstock? And what about the 1950s? 1950s definitely have a lot of mystique surrounding them.
Roger, Whitty into the wind. Delta Alpha. Thank you, taxi right, Bravo, and monitor ground point 9, have a good day. Right, Bravo, ground point 9, 4.
Do you think you would like to experience the 1950s for yourself? Definitely some really great cars in the 1950s. They had some really great fashion and furniture. Really good movies. Maybe you're looking at something even older. Maybe you'd like to experience a time period in our ancient past. Maybe you'd like to go back to ancient Egypt and watch the pyramids being built. See exactly how they did it. Does that intrigue you?
Tower flagship 3479, ILS 4 right.
Maybe there's a religious figure you would like to go back and see. Maybe a certain historical figure. Maybe you'd like to go back to ancient Rome. is happening? I can't seem to get on course here. Crazy game. How do we get so far off course? I've often thought about how cool it would be to go back and see the world in very prehistoric times, maybe even before there were humans. See how different the earth looked, how pristine nature was. Well, here's a thought. Maybe you'd like to go see the Wright brothers take their first flight. Maybe you'd like to meet Leonardo da Vinci and try one of his flying contraptions. Would you do that?
Station 3439 Foxtrot Alpha, Yankee Inn Hotel. Hold short of runway 4 left, remain this frequency.
Guys, we're just about 300 nautical miles away from New York City. Here we are. Nearly there. Definitely put on your seatbelts, guys. It's our first landing in this new DLC. I think it's a military transport plane. Maybe there's a personal experience in your life that you would just like to go back long enough to just have that experience again. Maybe it's a magical vacation, Christmas, just a certain wonderful Christmas where everything seemed to fall in place. Maybe it's the moment you got some independence, moved out. Maybe it's the day you met someone very special in your life. Whatever it is, it's great, and I'm glad that glad that we can go back and visit these things in our minds. And sometimes, if we're lucky, we can visit them in our dreams, right? Do you ever have dreams that you're visiting a different time, different era? I've had a few of those. They can be really cool. They can be a lot of fun. You have dreams from your past about things that are just so vivid and wonderful that you don't want to wake up from the dream. You just want to live in that time. I think there were actually some movies about airplanes, passenger jets that went through some kind of a wormhole or rift in time or something and ended up in a different era. I'm pretty sure there's a Twilight Zone episode where a plane, at least momentarily, ends up in prehistoric era, and there's like these stop motion clay dinosaurs roaming around on the earth. I can see the airport shrouded in fog. We're almost there. I hope you feel wonderfully relaxed, and I hope you can find some happiness in the time and the day in which you live, and be glad to be alive today. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're around. I want you to stick around for a long time. You make the world a better place being authentic and true to who you are. You make it more interesting. You make life more interesting for all of us. Kind of rough here, guys. Oh, I felt like I deserved a lot less than that. This plane feels a little tricky. Well, I guess you can take your seatbelt off now that the wheels are smoking. We're just gonna take a nice, easy, slow taxi down the runway after that craziness. There's beautiful New York City. A game, you can't switch it up on me at the last second like that. What are you thinking? Thank you so much for flying with me. I had a lot of fun with you. Please join me again sometime. We're almost here. We're almost to our gate. Gonna get off and having a relaxing little stay in New York City, maybe. Lots of exciting things to do. Well, I sure hope that when you're ready to fly again, you'll fly with me. And I hope you have a wonderful night or day. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like and subscribe if you would, and I'll see you next time.